I have a new video for you guys because we need to talk about Big Ed. This time we're not talking about his ex-coworker and how he took advantage of her, but how a recently leaked phone call reveals how manipulative and toxic Ed was to his most recent ex, Liz. This phone call is extremely triggering and TLC needs to address this. So let's get into it. If you guys don't know who Big Ed is, his name is Ed Brown, and TLC gave him his fame by putting him on their show 90 Day Fiancé. He was originally partnered with a woman named Rosemarie, who he was extremely inappropriate to and disrespectful to his entire season. But he made great television, and TLC has decided to push him further and further on their channel so they can make some money off of his toxicity. This man is extremely problematic for several reasons. We've actually talked about him before on my channel because one of his ex-coworkers revealed what he did to her. If you guys have not seen that video, definitely go check it out, but here's a quick rundown. Pretty much, she worked with this man, Ed, before he became famous through TLC. He continued to bother her at her workplace with messages and then touching her, and it all led up to one night where he put something in her drink. The next morning, she woke up in his bed without any consent. Obviously, she did not want to be there. She was drugged by him, allegedly. There was a whole lawsuit over this, but she had to sign an NDA, so she doesn't really speak that much about it, but she did bring it up on TikTok, and we've covered this on my channel. So this man has a past, and I'm sure TLC knew about this coworker and what Ed did to her before they hired him, but they seem to not care. There's actually a petition out there asking TLC to remove Big Ed from their channel. I will link this petition below, but it's starting to gain more traction because these stories are adding up. Something I noticed from this petition that I wanted to mention was that Ed obviously has an Instagram page like most reality stars. And this petition claims that he chooses young girls to be on his live streams and that he's got a preference for inappropriately young women. I'm not sure why TLC would partner Big Ed with Rosemarie. I mean, he's 55 years old, but Rosemarie and his ex-coworker aren't the only women who have had to endure Big Ed's tendencies. Like this petition mentions that Big Ed likes to DM multiple women online and send unsolicited pictures of him with his tongue out. And again, if you want to check out that petition, I will link it below, but you can also go to his current ex-girlfriend, Liz's Instagram page, and she's got it linked in her bio. So this is Liz's Instagram. As you guys can see, the bio says, "Living the Single Life," and she has linked this petition calling out Big Ed and TLC. I'm really disgusted with TLC, and we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but I want to get to this phone call between Ed and Liz. Like I mentioned earlier, Ed is a 55-year-old man, and Liz is his most recent ex-girlfriend who is 28 years old. I don't know why TLC is pushing Ed so hard and, paired him with Liz to be on this television program, but throughout their season, they have been extremely toxic for each other, and it really doesn't come from Liz's side, it's all Big Ed. So let's go ahead and break down that phone call. Before we do, I want to give you a little bit of backstory. I'm not too sure where the phone call is coming from, like why it was leaked. It was posted on a TikTok account, which I will link below, but pretty much the couple is fighting because Liz asked Ed to take a coworker home, like drive a coworker home. You're at your work and you're like, I don't have a ride home. Can you take me home? And your coworker's like, sure, I'm your coworker. Like, who cares? And she actually was such a good girlfriend that she picked up the phone, called Ed to confirm that he's okay with her taking a coworker back. But I guess later on, I don't know if she ever took the coworker back. It doesn't seem so because it seemed that he got so upset by the question and just so, I guess, offended that he blew up. They started fighting, and it's extremely toxic how he speaks to her. There are tons of cuss words, so we're going to be bleeping them out. I apologize. Blame YouTube. But Ed should not be speaking to women like this, and why is TLC pushing this man into relationships when he is dangerous to women? Again, I want to give you guys a trigger warning because the language is extremely harsh. He's belittling Liz the entire time, and I can't believe that TLC is standing by this.
I'll always love you, but I can't be with you.
Are you done? Because I've been sitting around the corner from your house from the second I clocked out.
I don't give a Liz, you're up.
How am I up? Are you going to listen to me, or are you going to take over this whole...
You do. You're up.
Stop speaking to me like this, Ed. Stop.
For you to even offer to give a coworker a ride home to El Cajon, what the is wrong with you?
Stop. Stop belittling me. I don't deserve this. Stop. Stop.
You are fucked up in the head.
I called you and asked you, and you said...
Don't give a
Then why did you say yes?
Fuck you.
Why did you say okay?
Fuck you. Fuck you. You are...
Okay. He's obviously going off. The language is out of this world, and you can tell that she is getting emotional because she called him, got approval to take her coworker home, and now he's freaking out about it. You can tell that he's extremely insecure and jealous, and he's taking it all out on Liz.
For you to even ask me to give a coworker a home,
I did the... Can you let me speak?
That's your boyfriend. What I was gonna say? If I would have said no, you would have freaked out. Oh, you're jealous or whatever. But what right do you have to ask me?
What right do you have to get back together with me and go to clubs in Vegas? I haven't given you any Ed. I called you and you...
Okay, if you're not aware, he went out in Vegas and like partied it up, and I guess Liz is expressing that there's a double standard here, that she's just trying to take her coworker home and like give the guy a ride, and Ed is over here like freaking out about it. I mean, he obviously is jealous. He already brought that up. He knows it in his head, and this is a horrible way to cope with his emotions, especially as a 55-year-old man.
You don't let me speak! You don't let me speak!
Liz, you're stupid. You're coming to me with big... Well, you were.
I don't care, Ed. I don't care about that. I don't give you I'm so patient with you. I am patient with you.
No, you're not, Liz.
Really? I'm not patient? I've been sitting outside, watching you blow up my phone. I've been sitting around the corner from your house from the second I clocked out because I can't go for a run because you keep blowing up my phone because I can't listen to my music. I've been sitting around the corner of the word over and over and over again. I deserve a minute to speak. Why can't you give me that minute? Or are you just gonna call me because I'm stupid?
Go ahead. Stop with the emotions and prove your point. It was a stupid decision on your part. It was a stupid question. You should have never asked me that. It was disrespectful to your boyfriend.
Okay, I don't understand sometimes, like, when people think that they're just so high and mighty. Like, how is this woman, her own entity, her own person, disrespecting you by taking a coworker home? Like, he's obviously so extremely insecure here, and the way that he's approaching it is just such verbal, like, ABU, you already know what I'm talking about. So why take it to that level? Again, I know TLC knows that this man's extremely toxic, yet they keep him around for whatever reason.
I'm sorry, and the fact that you don't see that makes you look stupid.
You don't even let me talk. You just told me to talk and you just took it over again and called me stupid again.
Because you're making stupid mistakes, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of your dumb mistakes. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of apologizing to you. I'm not going to do it anymore.
I didn't ask you to apologize. I'm trying to speak to you. Not once have I asked for an apology. I've asked you to let me speak.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
What do you have to say? What do you have to say? Go ahead. I'm listening.
You could have approached it to me in a better manner, Ed. You had 2 hours to tell me how you felt. I called you to ask for permission and you said okay.
So what I think happened here was that she called at work. So the coworker, maybe at lunch, was like, hey, Liz, can you give me a ride home? My car's out or whatever. And then she called him pretty much right away to ask for permission. And 2 hours later, we're fighting now. And I wonder if the coworker's like, not with her, but I'm sure he's not like in the car, but like, was she just like, oh yeah, sorry, like my boyfriend's like just not gonna let me drive you home anymore because he's just insecure, obviously very insecure.
You told me I'm such a good person and I have a kind heart for doing that. The fact that I even reached out to you, you could have said something, Ed. I you were the first person I asked you. I asked you whether you're gonna tell me it's stupid or not for even coming to you for that question. I don't have anything to hide. I came to you. I'm not done. I came to you. You said okay. 2 hours you could have said something to me. Then you face. I'm not done talking. I'm not done talking.
Do you think I was okay with that? To be okay with my girlfriend?
You're not gonna let me finish talking, are you?
No, I'm not, because for you to think it was okay for you to drive a stranger to fucking El Cajon.
Do you think it's okay the way that you're speaking to me right now? Do you think that... Stop! Answer the question. Do you think that it's okay the way that you were speaking to me right now?
Yes, I do. Because of your dumb...
Oh my gosh. So then she just hung up. Which I'm glad she did. But wow. He's obviously so unreasonable. Like, what? What in the toxic high school boyfriend's going on? Like, I feel like Ed is truly that one guy that I would have told my good friend Brittany, stay away from. Like, this guy is, like, bonkers, because he truly believes that he's in the right, and that by calling her effing stupid over and over again, one thing, words truly do hurt. And as someone who's been in long-term relationships for long times, I would say you really don't want to go there, because those are things that I can't go past. Like, if you have it say the F word to me over and over and over again, like, I will never look at you the same. And I feel that here. I mean, I don't understand how Liz could ever look at Ed the same. And I'm guessing that he's just done, because there's no coming back from that. So I really feel like Ed's a bad guy. We've seen it across social media in many different ways, whether it's his coworker exposing him, whether it's Rosemarie being disrespected, and now Liz being extremely disrespected. This guy obviously has problems, but TLC is paying him a pretty penny to be toxic and to treat women with disrespect. Like, TLC is literally getting off of this guy disrespecting women over and over again on their show, and they love it. They post it on, TV, and they want him to be like a main character of this show. Why is he being brought back? Why is he getting this attention? I mean, I know that his show is completely different than 90 Day Fiance, but like, why is he getting airtime if we even know the fact about his coworker and him, putting a drug in her drink and then she ending up in his bed? So TLC really needs to do better. I mean, oh gosh, guys. I've got a whole TLC series coming one day. I've just got a big list of videos I want to work on, but Honey Boo Boo was so taken advantage of by them, and so many other families have been exploited, and I don't understand where the morals are at. I always thought TLC was a family, happy channel, but it's truly not, especially with a man like Ed as the face of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So many of you guys asked me to talk about it, and make sure you go check out that petition if you want to go sign it. I believe that he should be taken off the channel, but do I think the petition is going to do anything? I don't know. Sometimes we see them do stuff, sometimes we don't. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any video ideas, send me an email, whatever you want, and I will see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.